Cernan have both testified against commercial space flight and the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that because those guys are, but those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing, and I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yeah.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult.
Did you expect them to cheer you on?
So they hoping we would.
What are you trying to prove to them?
What I'm trying to do is to make a significant difference in spaceflight and help make spaceflight accessible to almost anyone.
One of the difficult choices I've ever faced in life was in 2008, and I think I had maybe $30 million left, or $30 or $40 million left in 2008. I had two choices. I could put it all into one company, and then the other company would definitely die, or split it between the two companies. But if I split it between the two companies, they're both multi. And when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into creating something, building something, it's like a child. And so it's like, which one am I going to let one starve to death? I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I split them on the page. Fortunately, thank goodness, they both came through.
What was your biggest failure, and how did it change you?
Well, failures along the way, that's for sure. And so, as I said, for SpaceX, the first 3 launches failed, and we're just barely able to scrape together enough parts and money to do the 4th launch. If that 4th launch had failed, we would have been dead. So multiple failures along the way. I tried very hard to get the right expertise in for SpaceX. I tried hard to find a great chief engineer for the rocket, but the good chief engineers wouldn't join, and the bad ones, well, there was no point in hiring them. So I ended up being chief engineer of the rocket. So if I could have found somebody better, then we would have maybe had less than 3 failures.
That 3rd failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
So many people tried to talk me out of starting a rocket company. It was crazy. One good friend of mine collected a whole series of videos of rockets blowing up and made me watch those. He just didn't want me to lose all my money. We're doing these things that seem unlikely to succeed, and we've been fortunate, and at least thus far they have succeeded. Now is the time to take risk. You don't have kids. As you get older, your obligations increase. And once you have a family, you start taking risks not just for yourself, but for your family as well. It gets much harder to do things that might not work out. So now is the time to do that before you have those obligations. So I would encourage you to take risks now. Do something bold. You won't regret it.
How did you figure you were going to start a car company and be successful at it?
Well, I didn't really think Tesla would be successful. I thought we would most likely fail. But I thought that we at least could address the false perception that people had that an electric car had to be ugly and slow and boring like a golf cart.
But you say you didn't expect the company to be successful, then why try?
If something's important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure.
Or how do you think about making a decision when everyone tells you this is a crazy idea? Or where do you get the internal strength to do that?
Well, first of all, I'd say I actually think I feel fear quite strongly. So it's not as though I just have the absence of fear. I feel it quite strongly. But there are just times when something is important enough, you believe in it enough that you do it in spite of fear. I think about what technology solution is necessary in order to achieve the particular goal, and then try to make as much progress in that direction as possible. I think being a multi-planet species and being out there among the stars is important for the long-term survival of humanity, and that's one reason. But then the part that I find personally most motivating is that it creates a sense of adventure, and it makes people excited about the future. If you consider two futures, one where we are forever confined to Earth until eventually something terrible happens, or another future where we are out there on many planets, maybe even going beyond the solar system. I think that second version is incredibly exciting and inspiring, and there need to be reasons to get up in the morning. Life can't just be about solving problems. Otherwise, what's the point? There's got to be things that people find inspiring and make life worth living. When my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. And we showered at the YMCA, and we're so hot up we had one computer. So the website was up during the day, and I was coding at night, 7 days a week, all the time. And I sort of briefly had a girlfriend in that period, and in order to be with me, she had to sleep in the office. So work hard, like every waking hour. That's the thing I would say particularly if you're starting a company. Whatever area that you get into, given that even if you're the best, there's always a chance of failure. So I think it's important that you really like whatever you're doing. If you don't like it, life is too short. If you like what you're doing, you think about it even when you're not working. It's something that your mind is drawn to. And if you don't like it, you just really can't make it work, I think.
Okay, finally we are up online. How do you feel, Shenton? The introduction, man.
Well, very inspiring, bro. Very inspiring. This guy is on a league of his own.
I think definitely so, Shenton. I think that's the one thing that I'm always impressed by is people who are, we call the legendary mind. So if let's say we talk about wealth dynamic, what kind of profile do you think he is?
Elon Musk, to me, would probably be a steel person. I would guess it's more steel, maybe possibly even a mechanic.
I think that's maybe he's a lot mechanic or mechanic lot.
Lot mechanic, yeah.
So that's the only two things I can get from him. So how do you feel about him after the whole video?
I got to know him a lot better. I know that he is not a robot, he's like an alien. The things that he did, the risks he takes, and he is basically, to him, everything is just about work. He is so driven and so connected to his goal and his dreams that it's basically the only thing on his mind.
I think the Elon Musk, to me, is a very special person. I think for me, when I see the video first time, I was like, hey, this guy he is crazy. I think even now, I think he believes he's crazy because he has only one vision, the vision of going to Mars. And for a person who is not an astronaut by training, a scientist by studying, and an engineer by education, he had been through a lot of breakthrough, I would say, because all the things that he learned is combined. Actually, we call the elite topics for the world, whether it's astronauts, science, engineering, rockets, and also we call physio statistics. All these are the top-notch brain all combined together, where we call them NASA technology.
Yeah, that's the thing with him, because he actually has this interest at a very young age. He started reading about rockets, building his own rockets, when he was growing up, and then he obviously had a lot of problems with his parents because, these are like gifted child, right? So then, his parents probably think like deaf or not, because when they talk to him, he can be just daydreaming and thinking about something else. He doesn't respond. So yeah, but I think his interests and his dreams started at a very young age when he was researching and exploring, and he has always been very curious. So he never let the dream die. It has always been with him.
I think yes. I think we will start our conversation by starting his life journey. So together with our audience, every Wednesday is we call the business mindset leaders, where we actually choose some leaders on the global stage that we can actually learn. Okay, now is COVID-19, business is bad, and it's time for us not to be a victim of the situation and to actually grow from this. So actually, he have some breakthrough lah. I get from the internet. One of the things that he loves is to read 2 books in a day.
Whoa!
When he was a kid.
Honestly, I don't even have like 2 books in 1 month, man.
Read 2 books in a day. How many
a
books
day.
do you read, guys? Anyone online? How many books do you read a year?
Be honest.
Okay.
Be honest. There's nothing to be shy. I don't read a lot to begin with. I should, but yeah, there's always better. You always think there's better things to do, like distractions. Like, hey, I want to read a book, but I think maybe if I go online and search about the topic, it would be easier. I watch YouTube about the topic, I would learn a bit more, a bit better. Yeah. So, but I think it's definitely a good habit. And to be honest, if you notice, a lot of all the top leaders, entrepreneurs, if you ask them anything about themselves, they always tell you they like to read. Bill Gates read a lot, Warren Buffett reads a lot, Elon Musk reads a lot. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think that's a common trait everybody has.
So you guys remember to read more books, okay? Don't quit playing YouTube and play games, okay? You must also learn to read books. Even until now, it's still very important. So at Israel, what did Elon do? He sold a video game for $500 US. I think which is like maybe 30 years ago. He made US dollar when he's 12. That was the time people was making games to sell, not playing games.
Entrepreneurship started young for him. You already know how to make money already.
Yes, I think that's him, man. Okay, so this one I think should be easy. Okay, what's the next one? Do you know what's the next one for him? You guess? Achievement. He actually completed the business for Bachelor of Business in Wharton Business School when he was 24. Okay, I think even for
I think that one's still alright lah. That one is pretty what do you call that? Standard kind of progression, right? I was expecting him to complete at like 16 years old.
I think he's smart. He's definitely smart, but I think it's also a restriction of the country lah. That he has So I think that's something that he actually never do lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, not everything about him is super extraordinary lah. For him, he completed his studies on a normal timeline, which is about 24. I think that is quite acceptable.
I think the one thing, actually, you say one thing. Okay, guys, if you are in the channel, tell us how old are you, or how old you want to become successful. A lot of people want to get successful when they are 21. I want to be successful very young. So that's why the YouTuber come in. They want to be famous. They want to be legendary. Okay. But actually, it's not as easy as like everyone can become famous for when they are young immediately. But because of this, a lot of people actually get disheartened. Oh yeah, I'm not the young man. I'm not the destiny child. I think I suck at it. Especially when I'm 35. Oh, my life, half of my life is gone. I don't need to be successful anymore. Okay, yeah, let it be, man. Okay, I think that's a lot of problems for a lot of people. So people when they are 21 to 25, they are the highlight. I'm the cool man. I'm the successful man. I got Porsche at 21, 22. So people like this kind of glam. Or I'm 16 a YouTuber, 18 a YouTuber. But they actually
a lot of people are chasing that now. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's very unhealthy because if you get so much success in your young, you don't know how to lose it, or you never feel I never have that feeling before. So I think Elon Musk is actually at age 24, he finally graduated and finding himself. In 3 years' time, actually he went to Stanford University for a while for a postgrad. But before that, he was in the 27 years old. He actually did something. He actually sold Zip2 to Compaq for US dollar 307 million. That's what he did. Okay.
At 27, 27. Wow.
Yeah. Because
Where were
of
we
his
when we were 27?
million, he become like a legend. But I mean, if you're 25, he just graduate. The same old nerd who graduate, But 27, he actually sell to Compaq. This give him a chance to make, how much? 22 million US dollar. He didn't make 300 million. He made 22 million. So that's why in crowdfunding, in joint venture, in partnership is important. You see, if he never do that, he actually, his ownership, I think is only just 9% left. Based on calculation. I think even 8% left. So actually, Elon Musk sold 307 million, but he only made 22 million for his own shares. That's how much he made. Then with the 22 million, you know what he do? He actually
I think after that he started PayPal. Right? He started PayPal, yeah. After that, I think the age, he started PayPal.
Yeah. You know how much he made for that one?
I don't know, but that one I think he made quite a bit. Few hundred million. 1.5 billion. Wow.
Guys, you see, people
30 years old billionaire.
5 years. Okay, a lot of people who become successful is 5 years. That's what Elon Musk go crazy about. He sold the company when he's like 30 years old. He did start this company for around 3 years.
Okay, guys, tell me, be honest. How many of you, right, at 30 years old, if you have like 1.5 billion US dollars in your bank, you would just say, okay, I want to retire in an island, just relax for the rest of my life, earn interest, and then just chill. How many of you, be honest? Come on. I would consider, at 30 years old, $1.5 billion, why not?
Yeah.
But that's the difference, someone with big dreams, with big goals, and a conviction for their own success, then he didn't stop there.
I think the problem with successful people is they never see money as money. They see money as a resources for them to move to the next level. So a lot of people who actually become successful give up. Or say, I wish that I can make the 100 million. I quit already. And I stop. I won't be so stupid that I actually make already, then I continue. So a lot of people, the mind is like this. It's not because you are given, that's why you are rich. It's because your mind is rich, that's why you are rich.
Correct.
Yeah, I think you understand what
that is very good point. Totally agree. Agree.
Okay, so we continue. Anything else? Okay, so a smaller success. So he was a European, right? Then when 30, he become an American.
He moved from South Africa to America, right?
Yes, you're right. And what did he do when he was 30? You know what did he do when he was 30? After he sold the PayPal?
That was the time he probably started Tesla. SpaceX first. Was it SpaceX first or Tesla first? One of these. I think Tesla first.
He learned about rockets and formed SpaceX.
SpaceX.
Okay,
okay.
Do you know how he started the SpaceX? Do you know what he did?
I don't.
How he started the rockets? There was an interview. You know how come he started the rocket?
How come?
Because he was inspired by the astronauts, the Armstrong, and he wants to go to the space. But because he's an entrepreneur, so entrepreneur how to go space? There's no possible entrepreneur will go space. So he wished that someone actually built rocket to send us for commercial trips. But there also no
so that the common people can actually travel to space. Common people like him can travel to space and experience space. That was his dream.
So there was no one. So he saw a very special problem. Okay, this one is a very special. That's why if you want to solve special problem, you may not be successful one. That's why SpaceX is a very big problem for him to create. He create a big problem for himself, right? Actually, it's not a problem that people want one. It's not a solution people want. People don't even see it as a problem, but he see it as his own problem. Okay, so he actually read about rockets, how to build rockets from books. He learned rocket building from books. You understand?
Only he can do it, I think. Only he can do it. You need all the NASA astronauts and all the, all the top scientists in the world to build a rocket, and then we have Elon Musk who reads from book and try to build his own rocket.
The money that he sold for PayPal, he makes US dollar 165 million, right? What is the separation? How much he give to the Tesla and also for the SpaceX? You remember that?
Was it half? He put half in Tesla and half in SpaceX, right?
Yes. So actually, he made 165 million from PayPal, 50% for SpaceX, 50% for Tesla. He didn't left a single dollar for himself. He don't have a house. He don't have a car. He's give 165, half to SpaceX, half to Tesla. Not even a single dollar for himself.
Guys, you see, that's actually the difference. When you actually have 165 million. Normally people will say, okay, at least I keep 20% in the bank for myself, and then invest the rest in the company. But his dreams and his goals are so big that he's willing to just not have a cent for himself and just put into both his companies, both his new project, his new babies. Inspiring man.
I think that makes him amazing, I would say. You get what I mean, right? Okay.
Definitely.
So in 2 years' time, he actually invested. Actually, Tesla was not really founded by him. He actually part of the investor for Tesla, the electric car. At age 32. Okay, but you remember, Shenton, when he was doing Tesla, he have a vision. People asked him one question in the video. What did he ask? The video? He asked, why do you invest in a company that you don't believe in, that you make money?
Yeah, and then his reply was, if it's important, you will do whatever it takes.
Yes, if the thing that you do is important enough, you do whatever it takes. Actually, a lot of people ask us, hey Greg, why you come to Iskandar and actually do something? Actually, ask me whether can I make it happen. I also don't know. I also sometimes feel that I'm very lousy, because I come to a place that I hope and pray and wish that it happen. It's not something that I myself have this kind of discipline. I want to do things that I want to make money on. Actually, as a businessman now. But Iskandar or Malaysia property has given me something that no one can give me one. Is love, the caring, the freedom, and the value of high quality living at a very cheap price. I think that's and the population and people there, I would say Malaysians are still very warm-hearted and friendly. It's a very complete lifestyle ecosystem. That's why this one I want to bring it to the world to see. That's why it's my vision. So what's your Shenton? What's your vision?
My vision? To be very honest, I don't have very, very, very big vision, but I would like to, actually see Johor Bahru prosper as well. Which is why I think in that sense we are aligned. This is a city. I was working in Singapore and then in Australia, but I decided to come back and give myself a shot in this loving city. So yeah, I would like to see JB prosper, and to be able to obviously, one of my dreams is to actually have my own foundation, to be able to contribute and give back to the community. Yeah.
I think that's very nice and sweet. That's why we are good friends. Okay, audience, if you have any vision to share to us, please share it inside the comments. Okay, inside the comments, share your vision. We would like to know your vision also, so we can actually announce
big
to
or
the
small
world.
doesn't matter. As long as it's a vision, it starts from your first step, and then to the many steps ahead.
Announce your vision to the world, and you see the world become what you visualize. That's what I will see. So if you keep grunging, complaining, you will see everyone beside you grunging and complaining. Okay, we continue on. Okay, at age 35. Okay, actually 34 to 35 is one of the toughest Elon Musk period. No engineers want to join him, the good ones. He had lose money, 3 rocket fail. He had only 2 weeks to get his billions of dollars of fundings and to settle it. I think he have 2 weeks of bankrupt or start again. Okay, that's what he has left. I think at that time, he actually transformed himself. That was one of his worst week ever in life. And he finally get the funding. And after that, from there is all smooth riding until now. I would say it's still smooth riding. Okay.
This was the part when he said that I think sometime back in 2008 when he only has about 30-40 million left and he was thinking whether to save SpaceX or Tesla. And because he says that it's like you're having 2 children and you don't know which one to save. You know, if you put 30-40 million into one company, one will survive and one might die. But if you split and put into both companies, you know, both might just die. But he took the risk. You know, he couldn't let one or the other go. So he took the risk to split the amount of money into these 2 companies 50-50. And of course, we all know that he was successful ever since then.
How do you feel if you were Elon Musk? What would you do if you were him?
Well, that's really a tough choice, man, really. Like, at the end of the day, I mean, I would probably just like take a leap of faith and put 50-50 lah. Take a leap of faith. Yeah.
I think I would throw 100% on the Tesla.
You'll throw 100% on Tesla. But because you see, that's the thing. He is a person that is. His dream was to actually. I think the SpaceX dream was like his biggest one, you know, compared to Tesla. So one is like you know, to profit making company. The other one is like my dream. So it's like, you know, for him, I think it will just be like, yeah, take a leap of faith. You know, I cannot forsake my dreams, but I'll just you know, do it this way and see what happens. So usually when you take the leap of faith, it will work to your favor.
So do you have your own leap of faith now?
Well, I think in business, like a lot of times, you know, you have to take leap of faith, whether it's a big leap or a small leap, you know, or step of faith, you know, not a leap. But in business, I think that is something that we have to go through quite often.
Okay, do you have a joke? You know, there's a person who tell me, you know, his son's name is called A12. I think he actually do a YouTube to pronounce his son's name. This is his son's name. You saw that?
Yeah.
A12. That's his son's name.
How do you even pronounce that?
Guys, if you want to know how to pronounce it, go to YouTube. Elon Musk have a YouTube.
That's like a robot's name, you know, like R2D2.
I think that's what he want to do. He's preparing to go. He's preparing to go Mars. That's why he's preparing. You know. Do you know that actually he have a battle with the Amazon? Amazon CEO actually is doing a space rocket also. I think the space rocket.
Correct.
It's called Blue Origin. It's called Blue Origin.
Okay. Yeah, you see, that's the thing with all the billionaires, right? I think once you have reached that level where you have achieved business success, your business is so big, you own multiple businesses and all. Ultimately, all of them, if you notice, they have the dream or the vision to go to space. Even like Richard Branson also has Virgin Galactic. So I think that is like the, you know, the self-actualization part, you know, something that you want to ultimately achieve during your lifetime, to be able to bring mankind to space. You know, commercial space flight.
I think I need to back up my world travel. I haven't traveled the world. People are going to Mars. Yeah, guys, you guys have to work hard. You know, you travel much more. You know, people now are talking about space traveling. You haven't finished the whole whole world. I think you are really a bit old-fashioned already,
My target is to visit 100 countries this lifetime. Yeah, after I touch 100 countries, I think my 101 to go to space are pretty reasonable.
Yeah, you need to clock 100. You have to tell your wife about that before. Okay, we go back. You know, during the 33, 36, he actually sacked the top management and he became the CEO of Tesla and started to turn around Tesla in the middle of a recession. Actually, do you know the resemblance between Elon Musk and Steve Jobs? They have a similar resemblance. You see, the Steve Jobs, his ultimate product is actually iPad, not iPhone. You know that. He actually built the iPad for the sake of the tablet. He actually never think of doing iPhone. But because he built the iPad, he turned the iPad into smaller and call it iPhone.
Smaller.
And the iPhone actually sells first. Actually, for him, his passion is the SpaceX. But the Tesla was a adopted son, where he want to prove electric car is the future. So he actually, from the SpaceX technology, he actually get a lot of technology for the Tesla as well. I think that's how he worked. So both of them actually go for a very big pie and break down into small pie and sell a lot of high margin products to the world. Because the world is not ready for more expensive product like a $80 million seat. You know what is $80 million seat? No? It's
your flight ticket to space, $80 million US. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think $80 million on commercial sense, it's actually what he has achieved is actually considered quite cheap compared to what previously NASA has spent on sending the people to their astronauts to space. But 80 million is still not for the common people. 80 million, you only have like the 0.1% in the world that probably will pay 80 million to go to space. So I hope the price can still drop further, then more people can afford.
I think it will take a bit of time, but I think for them to experience that level, I think is amazing. Okay. And after 38, he launched his IPO and disrupt the automobile industry. So it took him 10 years to reach what he is today. Okay. I think at least the 10 years to reach at least a very, very solid 10 years. Okay. That's how every person's 10 years is so important. For him, he actually used 10 years to create miracles. I mean, I respect him for his genius, but I think people can do a lot more in the 10 years. That's why people say you overestimate your first year and underestimate what you can do in 5 to 10 years time. That's the biggest reason. How do you see, man, Shenton?
Yeah, for him, if you see, he has always been a very successful entrepreneur. He started Zip2 and then sold off, started PayPal, and if you notice the trend, his dreams get bigger and bigger. He didn't just stop there. He went on to push himself to achieve greater things, to actually give more value to the people. Yeah, although it took 10 years, but it's at least we can proudly say we have fully function road friendly electric car that we all can be proud of, that we all want to own one. And he started off with a bang, and then now he's doing it with the truck.
Yesterday I was driving in the Johor Bahru road. I actually saw one the Tesla, right hand drive Tesla in the I think in JB Town.
Really?
Yeah, I saw one. Yeah, it's Model 3, I think.
Wow. Nice,
okay,
nice,
so
nice.
Yeah, in Johor Bahru. I think KL got a few already. In Johor Bahru, you start to see Tesla already.
He makes me want to own a truck also. Like, driving a truck seems like cool, man. Like, I would love to drive his truck, like a spaceship.
So spaceship.
Yeah, so spaceship-like, right? Yeah. But it's not like now you think like normal truck is like like all the construction one, dirty and all. That one is like, whoa.
I think that's why it's all the 347's dream for me. I'm sorry guys.
Nice.
Truck not for me. Even you turn to Porsche look, I said
It'd be quite
Okay.
cool, to actually have like a truck in your garage, a cool truck.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, SpaceX become the first commercial space to provide supplies to the space. Okay, to the space station, International Space Station.
Space station. Yeah.
Tesla begins the delivery of Model S. Okay, and H40 he also released the design for Hyperloop. What is Hyperloop, Shenton?
Hyperloop. What's Hyperloop, Greg?
Actually, the solar city, where they build a city, right? That from a point A to point B, actually there's a lot of the distance because sometimes you want to supply things in a very fast speed, but there's no fast tunnel for him to deliver a truck. So he actually do things that based on his Hyperloop technology. It's like a high tech machine, very controlled space that reduce the frictions to minimize the frictions for you to reach the place in a very high speed. That we call the Hyperloop. And a lot of celebrity to go and see his Hyperloop travel. Let me see we can find the Hyperloop video. Is one of
Hyperloop,
the
human can travel one.
Yeah, human can travel one. Okay. How do you feel that the Hyperloop will work? I think maybe you can show a bit. Of the Hyperloop.
Can I would love to learn more about this as well. So is it like a faster version of a bullet train?
In some way, it's very complicated. I think what I can tell you is I can show you the Hyperloop video. That this is the simulation 3D Hyperloop fantasy, where it's a controlled space. You see that it's a controlled space. Zero frictions, pinpoint accuracy of traveling. You see the speed.
Wow, this would really be like, a savior to all the traffic jams that we have.
He is doing I think we call the common sense system where everyone they drive perfect accuracy, no accident at 200 km. So at least you're 100% faster than the normal road. So it's like a highway, but it's controlled space. Okay, that's a Hyperloop. Okay, anyone want to take the Hyperloop also? I think Malaysia should have a Hyperloop. You can actually
Yeah, especially like KL, Jakarta, Bangkok.
Wow,
Save a lot of time,
There's a lot of fans about this, man. Okay, idol. Okay. So what's the next one?
So the Hyperloop is the technology for the Boring Company.
Yes, it's a technology for the Boring Company. Actually, first intention when you think of that is actually to settle his logistic from point A to point B. That's why he
guys,
Hyperloop already.
Guys, Boring Company, right? Boring Company, it's not actually like, opposite of fun, that kind of boring, Although, maybe he thinks that the work could be boring, but the bore is actually drilling a hole, boring the ground to actually put this Hyperloop technology in.
Hello, Shenton. Okay, so we continue. I think Shenton is a bit. Okay, Shenton again.
Yep.
Okay, today we have he actually did something amazing. Do you know what he did for the rocket?
What did he do?
He actually sends 2 astronauts to the space. I ask you a question. Do you know is it possible when you are young, you can imagine a commercial company send NASA scientists to the space by commercial private sector? Possible? You think possible at that time? No? Shenton, are you around? Okay, I think this is a question for all of us. Do you think it is actually possible for a person to actually experience rocket science into this? So today, I want to show you a video about this. Shenton, I'm showing the video about Elon Musk going to the rocket, going to the space.
It was my internet earlier, right? Was it mine?
A win for the world.
Oh my God.
First time in the history.
All systems currently green.
Falcon Heavy is configured for flight.
T-minus 15, stand by for terminal count.
All right, guys. Final.
10,
9, 8,
10,
6, 5, 4,
2, 1.
Oh my God.
You see them both light up?
Inside shut down. Inside boosters. Decoder.
What? Look at that. That's unreal.
and the Falcons have landed.
LZ1, LZ2, inside boosters. Touchdown.
Okay, so you guys actually, we have want to ask the audience, okay, what makes Elon Musk a success now? Okay, imagine he is the first one that actually sends the human beings to the space, okay, and he's the first one who used reusable rocket. So means that last time in NASA, when rocket flies up, $400 million means gone. It cannot be reused. But this is the first time a commercial spaceship can go up to the space and come back. Okay, that's one thing that we are very impressed. Okay, you must remember 10 years ago, when he was talking about rocket, he's still reading from a book. Okay, if you read a book, and you learn how to build a rocket, I think it's one of the most amazing thing you can imagine. And if you put inside business, how can you create miracle in your own business? I think that's something I would invite all of you to ask yourself. Okay, to create this kind of sensation is definitely not something that everyone can do. But to do business well, to survive the COVID-19, I think is very, very possible. Okay, we just show everyone about Elon Musk rocket. Okay, he fly one astronaut to the space with a profit margin of 50% at an air ticket or space ticket of $80 million. And NASA feel it's very worth it because now he just need to spend $160 million to fly 2 astronauts and not spending $400 million on rockets. And this is the first time NASA has said, I surrender. I give you the commercial value to you. So I think this is something that we all should be very proud of, right? How do you feel about Elon Musk taking the rocket, fly up and land back? How do you see that?
Yeah, sorry, I lost you there a bit, Greg.
I think I lost you more. Okay, so I think today we have shared a lot. Okay, I would hope that after our sharing, you can comment inside and say, how do you feel after our sharing about Elon Musk? How do you see yourself about Elon Musk? Okay, what is Elon Musk to you, and how can we build a better future for ourselves and for our family lah. I think Elon Musk will always be a legend lah, like Steve Jobs to iPhone to mobile phone. It's not easy for us to copy and paste, but I think it is definitely what the comment is. The tendency, the determination, the inability is a weakness but yet to consider failure that allowed him to succeed. He never believed that he will fail. Okay, I don't know why, but some people really have the gift, and I wish that Elon Musk story will bring you up in the COVID-19. Okay, so today we end our sharing. Later at I think 10 o'clock, we will have a conversation with our partner YS and a special guest. Okay, this is going to be about insurance. So if you have the time, please stay tuned at 10 o'clock to talk about insurance, because some people recently talk about insurance is not valuable. So we bring some expert about insurance to discuss what is insurance to all of us, to the investors, to us, to the normal public. Shall we invest in insurance? Stay tuned. Okay, we'll see you then. Okay, have a nice day. Okay, goodbye.